Welcome back to another series of Pooches at Play. This time though, we're doing something a little different, and I've even got a new co-host.
Hi, I'm Morgan. Lara's asked me to join her as we travel around the country, showing you how holidaying with your pooches can make your adventures so much more fun.
Yes, we're doing a pet-friendly travel special and we've got everything covered, from training tips and nutrition advice, right through to places to go and see. Plus, we're going to meet lots of people along the way.
It's going to be a great fun ride. I'm just looking forward to becoming good friends with Darcy here.
Oh yeah, he'll like that, won't you, Darcy?
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't steal all my screen time though.
He will. It's all about him, you know.
Yeah, it is.
All about him.
Yeah, it is.
Isn't it, Bubba? Before heading off on your caravanning adventure, it's important to do your research before you go. Know the individual rules and regulations for the caravan park you'll be staying at, because they could all be different. Sometimes dogs are allowed off-leash in certain areas, and others they have to be on lead all the time. Some also have restrictions on the types of pets and also the number of pets you can take with you. Some caravan parks won't let you leave your dog alone in the caravan if you go out. So check if they've got a doggy daycare or can recommend a local pet sitter. It's also good to know before you go all the off-leash areas you can take them to, the beaches, the parks and the cafes. So you can go enjoy your holiday as much as possible together. If you are going away on an extended holiday, then take them to the vet first for a checkup before you go away. Make sure their flea and tick treatments are up to date and also relevant to the areas you're travelling in. Their vaccinations will also need to be up to date, and you'll need to take their certificate with you, because caravan parks will need it when you get there, so will some doggy daycare facilities. It's important to check whether emergency centres or your local vet might be in the areas you're travelling to, and ensure their microchip details are up to date before you go away. But I cannot stress enough how important it is to put their name and your number on an ID tag. Even if they're microchipped, it could mean the difference between a sleepless night of not knowing where your dog is or having them return to you as soon as they wander off. Isn't that right, Darcy? Take along their bed or crate with you. Crate training is excellent if you're going away on a caravanning holiday. You can check out Darcy's video on how he learned to crate train on our website from Series 1. Take along their leads, their collars, their grooming gears, poo bags, very important, their bowls, and of course any medication they might need. If your dog or cat does tend to get stressed or have anxiety, then a calming spray or collar like these adaptable ones may help along the journey. Of course, don't forget their food as well. Chris from Big Dog Pet Foods is going to give us some tips about that a little later on. If you haven't yet chosen your caravan, there's a few features to look for. Air conditioning, especially if travelling in the summer, heading up north, it's vital to keep your pooch cool. A shower with a pull-out water head is really handy for days out at the beach. And a good sleeping area or spot for their bed. This is our sleeping spot, Das. Morgs has the bunks. Yep, we've got the big bed. Having somewhere sturdy to tie their lead to is important, as is plenty of shade from the sun and the rain in the winter too. Now, somewhere to put all their stuff is important. Hey Das, how's this? Everything. Can't lose anything then. Well, hopefully you can't. And of course, a tap outside for water is awesome. Of course, everyone's safety, not just your pets, is important when you're making memories in the great outdoors. Visit the Caravan Industry Victoria's website for a preparation checklist and other helpful advice. You excited, Das? I am. You better get that smoke detector fixed too. Time for a new battery.
Geelong's only a short drive from Melbourne, but it really feels like it's a million miles away from all that chaos. It's a small city with a really relaxed atmosphere, and while it's got all the creature comforts you could want, it's also quiet enough that you can unwind before you make your way towards the Great Ocean Road. It's also a really good place to come with your pooch because there's no end of pet-friendly places that you can hang out. One word of warning though, if you come here at the weekend, do not expect to be able to find food or coffee before 8 AM. Now, in saying that, I want to head back down and see if I can find a shop that's open and have a coffee. Because Lord knows I need it. It turns out there were a few cafes open, just none on the waterfront. That is the last time I trusted the producer to sort out any of the breakfast plans. Didn't matter, I was in a rush anyway, because just up the road I had a busload of people and pooches to catch up with from gourmet paw prints. Have you been on these trips before?
We have indeed. Today is our 13th.
No
gourmet
way.
paw prints experience.
So I'm guessing you enjoy them?
We love them, yeah. So we've done everything from a truffle hunt to a winery tour to a picnic adventure, and today's our first time doing the Round the Bay trek.
How does it work?
So basically you can choose what sort of adventure that you want to go on with your dog. So you start by meeting in Sandridge in Port Melbourne, where the dogs get some off-leash time. And then you have the opportunity to hop on Bella, the dog bus.
Yeah.
And if you're going on a winery tour, you make your way to your first winery. You normally have morning tea, you have coffee, and you get to do it all with your dog.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Gourmet Paw Prints started in 2013 with doggy winery tours, and they were such a huge success. We had so many returning guests that we expanded. We do doggy picnic adventures, Hanging Rock and the Dandenongs. We do high teas, and we call them Paws and Paws high teas. It's fabulous now. We've got a lot of different tours that involve all sorts of different activities. The doggy winery tours, the Pooches get a movie and a massage over lunch. And
how good's that?
Yeah, the truffle hunts over winter. They have a truffle treasure hunt for them.
Sounds like you got a little bit of everything. You got the wineries, you've got walking, you got dog massage. I'm really getting hung up on the dog massage. I think that's awesome.
You are.
I think it's great. I think I might stay in the bus while you guys go to the next bit. I'm just
You
going to
won't
get a
be the
massage.
first one to ask,
Yeah.
and the answer, I'm sorry, is always no.
A common complaint by dog owners, and one that we are most guilty of creating ourselves, is our dogs jumping up on us and other people. This usually starts when they're a puppy, when they try to get close to our mouths and our hands because they recognise these as a source of affection. Isn't that right, Darcy? Even if you tell your dog to get down or push them down, you are rewarding and therefore reinforcing the jumping, as you're giving them what they want, your attention. If you have an older dog that already jumps up on you when you walk in the door or up on other people, you can teach them and then issue them an alternative command when they would normally jump up, such as sit or on your mat. That way you can stop the jumping in its tracks. If the urge to jump up though is irresistible to your dog, it may be necessary to set up specific training sessions. To do this, put him on a short leash and get a friend to walk slowly towards you. When your dog is sitting obediently or has all four paws on the ground, your friend can then approach and give them praise, but they must move away again if they get overexcited and jump up again. As training progresses, you should be able to take off the leash, but your dog will still need to be reminded to sit. Make sure that everyone enforces your rule, and you are constantly doing this every time you get home or someone comes to your door, or your training will fail. Do not become complacent about praising your dog for sitting obediently, or they are likely to start jumping again as a way to get your attention. It's important that we reward the desired behaviour and avoid reinforcing the unwanted ones. It's not always easy though, so if you need some help, visit the NDTF website to find a trainer near you.
There's loads of things to think about when you're packing your car for a road trip, especially when you're taking your four-legged friends along with you. Now, Chris, what's some general advice for food when you're taking your pets along with you?
Well, first and foremost, try to stay on the same food that your dog's used to. So if it's a wet, raw diet, continue to feed that way. But then you've got to look after that food if you're going away for a few days, such as packing your food into an esky and with ice blocks and that sort of thing. You've really got to treat it exactly the same way as how you treat human-grade meat.
Yeah, right. Okay. And if you can't fit it all in your freezer, what's the best thing to do there?
If you can't take your frozen or the normal product, like such as Big Dog, we've brought out a new product which is our freeze-dried. So it's a shelf-stable product, still packs the same nutrition as what our normal diets are, and very similar, so you're not going to get those tummy upsets or anything like that as well. But very easy, you can simply rehydrate them, and then that's really going to form the same wet meal that they're used to anyway. And if you do tend to run out, which you will, absolutely know where your stockers are, because right across Australia we've got stockers that are ranging both our raw diets and also our new freeze-dried product.
What about some general advice on food safety if you're feeding a raw diet while you're travelling? Yeah,
Keep it simple. Treat the food exactly the same way you do at home. So always make sure that the food's not sitting out too long. Don't let the direct sunlight hit it. You know, for a while, sit there and baking. We don't want any of that sort of stuff, and we want to keep it raw and fresh. And obviously, once the dog's finished, make sure you're washing the utensils and everything. And also the other important point is to make sure that you don't leave it lying around with the ants and that climbing in and out. You certainly don't want ants all through your caravan either.
Yeah, that's for sure. And if they're a fussy eater, what's the best practice?
Yeah, a lot of the fussy eaters out there is actually a direct result because of the pet parent and their behavioural traits. So when you put the food down for your dog, if they're not eating it pretty quickly, you need to take that food away and don't give them anything else. Don't give them a treat or a snack or an alternative. Because once you get them into that process, then they're constantly going to do that to you all the time and they become really quite fussy. So once you put that food away, leave it there and then bring it out a bit later on. If they don't eat it, then you can put it away and that's it for the day. Try it again the next day. But if you constantly give them or reinforce something with another treat or anything like that, we're going to have a bit of an issue.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So if you've got some fussy eaters at home, take Chris's advice. Maybe you can fix that trait. Also, before you go travelling, check out the Big Dog website and you can find some local stockists to get some of this good food. Now, Lara said I have to try this.
Oh yeah, Lara loves them. I send her a pack every week.
When heading off on a road trip, make sure your pets are as safe and comfortable as you are. Nationally, it's illegal to drive with a pet in your lap or for them to be deemed a distraction to the driver. So always harness them in the back seat where they can be nice and safe. Hey, that's where you like to go, isn't it, Darcy? You can also harness your dog in the back cargo area if you happen to have a barrier, but never in the front seat because if your airbags are deployed, they could injure or kill them in an accident. And keep cats in an enclosed but well ventilated and secure carrier. Never tie your dog by the collar or directly to the handle. And of course, never let them travel in the caravan when you're on the road. Just like us, our pets can get car sickness as well, so only give them a little bit of food before the journey, but plenty of water. Stop every couple of hours for exercise and toilet. Also, make sure the car is well ventilated or the window down. If your pet has motion sickness, you might notice them looking listless or uneasy, licking their lips, drooling or yawning, or it can even develop into symptoms like vomiting or diarrhoea. However, these signs and others such as shaking or whining might also indicate they have anxiety. If your dog is stressed or anxious about car travel, then it's really important to go back to the basics. Condition them to getting into the car in a good, positive environment. Well done, Darcy. What we really want to do is small steps. So when they're being calm and good around the car, you would leave the car door open, reward them and give them freedom to do what they want. Their favourite blanket or toy can also help. Then the next step would be to shut the door and allow them to be in there, rewarding that calm behaviour as you go every step of the way. Then you might turn the car on. Again, rewarding calm behaviour. You're doing this over a matter of weeks. Then short outings to their favourite spot, the local park, where they have a really positive association with the car travel. Again, always rewarding, good boy. Nice, calm behaviour in the car. It does take a while and a lot of patience, but it's really important that you get this right, because if you create that positive association with the car, you can really reduce their anxiety levels. And of course, the Adaptil spray can also help there too. Adaptil spray releases pheromones to create a safe and secure environment. Spray it in the car or on your dog's blanket 15 minutes before you leave to help reduce symptoms like panting, trembling or restlessness. Improvements may be seen almost immediately. Respray every 4 hours and never spray directly on your dog. The spray releases pheromones that mimic the chemical that a dog naturally produces, like a mother dog does to her puppies, to provide a signal of security and comfort. These are called dog-appeasing pheromones and can only be picked up by other dogs and not humans or other animals. There's also a feel-away spray that is specifically for cats. To find out more about the Adaptil spray and other related products that may assist with anxiety in dogs, visit their website. You can also check out the Pooches at Play website to download these tips and plenty of others on anxiety. You ready to go, Das? Good boy. Yes, you are.
When you're heading on holidays with your pet, it's always good to be ready for life's little emergencies. Now, you might be carrying a first aid kit in the car for yourself, and most of the things in there would suffice for your pet. But there's a few little extra things that will make life a lot easier. A pair of forceps to remove a foreign body, a tick remover is very handy, a thermometer, and if you come across a stray dog, then a muzzle is really, really handy. And if you want to be extra specific and be really prepared, you can go to your local pet shop or your vet clinic and get a dog or cat specific first aid kit. When you head into your holiday area, make sure you know where the local vet is so that once you've applied the first aid, you can head straight to them and make sure that everything is okay. Isn't that right, Mia? Yeah.
Good girl.
Would you like to win a Pawsome travel pack valued at over $2,000 for you and your furry friend? One lucky viewer will win this great prize, including a $250 Pet Stock gift card and Travel Essentials bundle, a $300 Easy Dog travel pack, an Adaptil or Feel Away calm pack, a year's supply of Vita Pet treats, and $500 worth of Big Dog freeze-dried bites and snuffle mat. Simply tell us one of the locations you've seen us visit during Series 4 and why you love travelling with your pet. It's that easy. Visit the Pooches at Play website to enter. Located in Ocean Grove and servicing the Bellarine Peninsula, Cherished Pets is a unique veterinary social enterprise that supports companion pet ownership of vulnerable people. To tell me more about what this remarkable organisation does, I met with its founder, Dr. Alicia Kennedy.
I've been a vet for 35 years, and in my work in mainstream practice I recognised how important companion pets are to all people, but particularly elderly people, people with disabilities, those who are vulnerable. As life goes through its stages, companion pets can become more important to people, but perhaps their capacity to care for their pet can be compromised. So that was really the birth of my idea to do something special around supporting the companion pets of vulnerable people. We offer a veterinary service and a pet care service, but our focus is the human-animal bond. As a vet, when I used to look after a pet, I wasn't just thinking about what's best for this pet. I'd be thinking about what's your capacity and your capability to look after this pet. So when we create a care plan for a pet, we're thinking about what do we need to do to keep the pet healthy and well, and how do we support you to deliver on that care. So the way we come at it is our objective is what do we need to do to keep this pet healthy and well so that the bond can flourish, so that the benefits to the human can be enabled. And through our foundation and our social mission, we want that service to be accessible to everyone.
Yes.
So we provide a very boutique veterinary service to all people, but through our private service we are helping our beneficiaries of the foundation through our social service.
Dawn, what does it mean to have the support of Cherished Pets?
It's been very important because Daisy's getting on now in years, and I do like to have her checked over occasionally, and the Cherished Pet nurses come every month to check her and put flea drops on and check her toenails and so on. And we look forward to Glenda coming.
Oh, and Glenda's your dog walker. How often does Daisy get walked?
Twice a week. She loves to get out. She's very ready. As soon as she sees her doggy walker, she's getting her collar and everything ready. And
Are you? And what does it mean to be able to keep Daisy in your life?
I'm on my own now. I've been on my own for 10 years. And to have her company is just so important.
Funding into the charity comes through lots of different ways. So we've had a really beautiful grant from Pet Stock Assist, and that's enabled us to, it's supported the volunteer program, and it's given us access to one of their veterinary hospitals and their retail outlet. Our approach is collaborative. It's not about reinventing wheels. It's just saying if there's enough support and funding in an area,
Yes.
who are all the people we need to bring together to make this service possible? So, you know, in its essence, it's veterinary social work, and it complements what regular veterinary hospitals do, and everybody in the community that is involved with pets has a role to play with supporting the companion pets of our elderly neighbours.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
If you'd like to see more of the antics from Pooches at Play, then follow us online via Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. There's also a great website with loads of tips, training and travel ideas to help keep you and your pooch happy and healthy. You can even sign up to our e-newsletter to get special member-only offers. Just head to poochesatplay.com.
We love to spend time with our pets because they are more than just pets to us. And it's great if we can include them in things like travelling. But when you're travelling with your pet, the most important thing is to make sure they're safely restrained. And if you can keep them occupied, you can really reduce their level of anxiety. If there's 2 of you, then using small amounts of treats is a great way to treat them new tricks or reinforce old ones. Teaching your dog to shake hands or getting them comfortable with having their paws and ears touched are simple tricks you can do quite safely in the car. If you want a treat that's going to last a little bit longer and occupy your dog, treats that last a while like VitaPet chicken wrapped rawhides are a great way to help your dog pass the time. Alternatively, break small pieces of treats up into a treat ball so that they have to work extra hard to get their reward. If you don't have a treat ball, then just break a treat like VitaPet salmon sticks into small pieces and feed them on and off throughout the trip. It's a good idea to break every 2 hours to give them a toilet break, a drink and just a cuddle, and it will help energise the both of you. It's great to be able to include your dog, but it's got to be fun for them too.
Well, that's it. That's all we've got for this week's episode.
But it's only the start of the adventure. In the weeks ahead, we've got plenty of pet-friendly travel ideas that will hopefully inspire you to hit the road on a great adventure with your furry friends.
You've only known me like a couple of days. I'm not that hairy.
No, you're clearly not. It's Darcy I was talking about.
Sorry. See you guys later.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
Sorry, Darcy. No wonder you're going to be on TV the whole time.